Today on the channel, we take a return trip to Cobra Island with Firefly. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another unboxing and review. And today we got something special. You guys know anytime there's new G.I. Joe, I'm all over it. I love the G.I. Joe team. And today we're back to Cobra Island with Firefly, Target exclusive. But for all your other G.I. Joe needs, hit up Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. Firefly, Cobra Island anxiety is a real thing. However, in my viewpoint, what I have seen with my eyes online, what I've seen personally in the stores, what my buddies have seen in the stores, Cobra Island's still very hard, extremely hard, maybe the hardest toy to get, but at least it is better than last time. Cobra Trooper, Beachhead, Roadblock last time. This time it's Cobra Viper and Firefly. These are a little easier, not much, but just a hair easier, but it's still early. I've seen just this weekend cases going to stores online, so I think these are still hitting. It's not one and done like the last time. At least that's my hope. But I do hope Target, Hasbro, they get this figured out. I did a huge video a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was a week ago, about distribution issues, store exclusives, why they're a necessity. Cobra Island is a big part of that COVID mess up time. And I won't go into the long details as why these are so hard to get. I can tell you right now, Hasbro and Target don't want them that hard to get. They want every dollar you can give them. But there's reasons why this G.I. Joe line, the NECA Ninja Turtles, certain lines out there were caught up in this madness more than other lines. But these were the one true victims of COVID in the toy industry. And I could talk about that for days, and I won't do it on this video. Another caveat, too, if you guys need a Firefly, make sure you check out my weekly purchases video this week. I am giving away one of these on the channel. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Follow me on Instagram. And then in the YouTube comments on weekly purchases, put in your Instagram handle. You're entered. Follow the YouTube channel as well. But you're entered. I'm going to give one of these away on Saturday. So you got a couple of days after this review drops to still enter in for the contest. So if you need a Firefly, there's a chance. Hey, it's free. Why wouldn't you? It sounds good to me. But Firefly is one of the early G.I. Joe villains I fell in love with. One of my first G.I. Joe villains I had way back in the 80s. Really happy to see him get an update. I've been a little indifferent on this one from the pictures and some of the stuff I've seen and just looking at it in the box. We'll see what I think about it when I get it opened up. Not quite the Firefly I really want, but you could say that about the whole G.I. Joe line. They're modern takes on updated of the classic characters. I really do think, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but maybe the next year, hopefully, that we're going to see a retro card back series, just like we see with Marvel Legends, Spider-Man, stuff like that. We'll see that with G.I. Joe. There's just way too much money on the table. I guarantee we're going to get that, and that's where they're going to release another Firefly, Duke, Snake Eyes, all the classic inspired looks. They're going to get every dollar they can, and why wouldn't you? That's where we're all in the business to work and make money and work through, pay for our house and stuff like that. Hasbro is no different, so I do think we'll get that. But for now, we got a modern take on Firefly. We'll see what we think about it. But let's first look at the packaging, then we'll unbox it and talk about it. But packaging, first off, Cobra Island, we've seen it before, not too much different. We got that Cobra Island logo down there with the G.I. Joe logo. Target exclusive, like I said. So if you're not looking at Target for these, you're looking in the wrong spots, but they're extremely hard to find still. But I will say, easier than the last one. As I showed, my weekly purchases and my action figure hunt video, you guys saw I found a full case of these on the shelf just chilling. And I left them for local collectors. I could have easily picked those up and probably scalped them, but I left them for the local collectors. So there you go. You got a little glamour shot down here. You see all of his weapons and everything in there. A little warning up top, 4 and up there. And you got his picture right there. So there's the front. Top, you got number 15. You got the Cobra logo. On the side, you got some of this stuff. You can go to their website to code this. That's not for me. I want it on the box. You guys know me. I like stuff on the box. Number 15 right there. Then you got Firefly right there. Legal Fun on the bottom. And then the back. This is the most disappointing of these G.I. Joe figures to me, especially Cobra Island. So you got a bunch of warnings and legal stuff down below, a Cobra Island logo, and then you got the map of Cobra Island. A lot of people probably say we should drop a bomb on Cobra Island and get this over with, get rid of the exclusive, and I totally understand that thought process for some of you guys out there. But I just don't, I don't know. It's Cobra Island. Okay, we're showing up on this little dot here. Okay, here's this. There's no explanation. There's no description. You have no idea who else is in this set. Is Firefly the only one? Let's say there was a kid, and it's probably a fat chance, but a kid walked up to this. He loves G.I. Joe. He looks at the back. Well, this is the only figure in the set? You have no idea. Promote your other lines, and then give us some kind of a blurb. Firefly, you know, Cobra's terrorist organization, one of the key members. Give us a little sentence. Give us something. We do it on other Hasbro stuff. Don't go down the Power Ranger Lightning collection with the G.I. Joes. G.I. Joe has such a rich history of the file cards on the back. That's part of the fun. I bet if you guys were like me probably as a kid, I cut those file cards out. I saved the whole box. I love going back and reading where they were from. Put, you know, hometown, Firefly. Put him from parts unknown. Beautiful this time of year. Cobra Island's getting a little dicey with the winter coming. I'd stay away from Cobra Island, but parts unknown, head there right now. Great time to vacation. But as a kid, personally, I remember Crazy Legs, one of the guys on the Joe team. He was from Fort Dodge, Iowa, and my grandpa and grandma lived right by Fort Dodge, Iowa. So I was all excited. I was like, oh my gosh, Crazy Legs is from my area. That is cool. That's what we want as collectors. We love the stories. I could go on and on, but that is a huge gripe for me on these G.I. Joes, and the biggest negative I see so far in a lot of these Joes outside of the distribution issues. So there you go. That's the packaging. Let's open up Firefly. Let's see what all the fuss is about here. You got that Cobra Island background. Very cool. I wish we could say that was an Easter egg, that we're going to get the base and we're going to get vehicles and stuff. Are we going to get any of that? Probably not. See you later. There it is. All right, plastic prison time. Firefly, got that great camo. Calls back to the old figure with just a little bit of updates with that bomb vest on. That's my biggest gripe, I think. But we'll take a look when we get it open here. So there it is, plastic prison. A lot of stuff here. We got goggles. They're probably taped in. Of course they are. Taped in goggles. I wondered what this was. I guess it's a drone. So we'll look at that. Look at the gun, of course. There it is. And finally the figure. No tape or twist ties on the figure. See you later. Oh boy. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let's look at some of these accessories first. So you've got the classic backpack. Looks like you got knives. You got a wrench on there. I really appreciate the detail of the silver painting for some of the knives and this wrench and stuff like that. Really takes it out and catches your eye, where they could have just left that unpainted. I do see on the side you can plug in, I'm guessing his gun. Yep. One thing I say about these Joes a lot, I love that you can plug in all their weapons. They can store all their accessories on the figure. If you're like me, you have baggies upon baggies of hands and accessories and stuff. And I love it when you can store everything on the figure. It makes it really easy if you ever need to sell the figure, for example, or something like that. So I appreciate that. He does come with a gun. Firefly's got to have at least something to defend himself with. Comes with an old school dynamite pack. I remember loving these when I was a kid playing with G.I. Joe. There was some bootleg dollar store, grocery store toys of G.I. Joe, and they were terrible, and I didn't really take them, but I remember my grandma buying me a pack that had a bunch of these little dynamite. They were all black, but they had the string on them. I loved it as a kid playing with G.I. Joes. I loved to put dynamite down and pretend, you know, blowing the guys up. So many fun times playing with my Joes. Probably the best memories of my childhood. I still think about it. I wish I could go back and get my aircraft carrier out and do all that. But when I ever see dynamite like this, I remember some of the stuff I used to do as a kid. And I love the red and black. Even has a little timer on it. I think that is a really nice touch. So fabulous accessories there. Comes with goggles. I believe these are very similar to the Cobra Trooper goggles we got on the last Cobra Island. But it's got a little antenna to it. So I think that is a point of difference there. And I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if this is like supposed to be like a laptop. It doesn't say, and that goes back once again to the file card instructions. I wish it said what some of this stuff was. You know, he's a demolitions expert, and this is his favorite kind of dynamite he uses, and he uses this kind of drone. I think there's just such a missed opportunity to add to the G.I. Joe lore. I don't know if Hasbro and the Joe team are getting a little lazy, or they're not as imaginative as the old days. But man, those file cards, I mean, you guys know, next level. But I think this is a laptop. I don't know. It's a mystery. And then we got this drone. I don't know if the drone, and it does, okay. So this is awesome. So obviously technology's come a long way, as you guys know, in everything, especially demolitions experts. The old days of putting light in the big wick or whatever it was, and haha, I got dynamite and I'll throw it. Those days are gone. It's all done by like a laptop and stuff. I imagine. I'm not a demolition expert, but I got to think that it's done by laptops, controlling stuff, and then drones, seeing where to put stuff. I can see this drone taking the dynamite, you know. Maybe not, it doesn't move, but let's say you can attach that in and you fly it in and it blows up with the drone. It's technology. But I do notice on the top of the backpack, there's peg holes, and you can put that drone right on the back. How awesome is that? That is a touch. Everything can be stored. Absolutely fabulous. I absolutely love this idea. I love this drone. Just absolutely cool. All these accessories, outside of the one that I perceive to be a laptop. I'm sure somebody knows better than me, but I think that's what it has to be. I'm sure he has the laptop to control the drone. That's probably what it is, but next level. I love how it can attach here. The gun can attach here. Put the goggles on his head. He holds the dynamite, holds the gun, holds the laptop. Bam, you got everything on Firefly. And now speaking of Firefly, let's take a look at him. You know, G.I. Joe figures remind me a lot of Star Wars Black Series, also made by Hasbro. Right out of the gate, a lot of tight joints. Outside of, I believe, Snake Eyes, he had a loose ab crunch, and that was a common. There was a lot of errors on that original Snake Eyes, with the sheath, with the knife, not fitting all the way, loose joints. But besides that, the rest have been very Star Wars Black Series in very hard joints, very easy to move, no loose abs, no loose arms, anything like that. So I appreciate that, always appreciate that out of the packaging. But I love this Firefly. This head is great. He's got his mask on. You didn't really see Firefly ever without his mask. But you can see underneath, he's been burned, he's been damaged. Obviously, dynamite going off in his face or whatever. That's kind of the pain of being a demolitions expert and a terrorist. Some of that stuff will blow up in your face. And that's exactly what happened. I love the sculpting. So he's got a big bomb vest over him. I don't like that. I'm not going to remove it because I'm sure it's not meant to be removed unless it'll never go back on. So I'm not taking it off. I hope we get the retro Firefly someday. But it's a very cool vest. Just makes him look a little bulkier than I would like. But I see what they're going for, and it makes sense if you're trying to modernize this character. But I love the grenades on his shoulder pack here. And then he's got a shoulder harness there with the Cobra logo on it. Very, very solid. That thing wraps all the way around. He's got flaps around both sides of his crotches. So that flaps on. It's not hard plastic. Just very cool. The camo gear is awesome. You got some reuse of Beachhead, you know, and Duke, some of that kind of stuff. But the reuse you don't catch it. You don't notice it unless you're really looking for it. And I say it in all figure reviews. These companies got to get the most out of every single mold they can. If you made truly new sculpts for every single figure, our figures would cost a fortune. They got to be able to reuse. They got to do some of that. There's an art to it. And the biggest art, I don't care if we're talking wrestling figures, G.I. Joe, Transformers, whatever, being able to use the same pieces between different figures, but making me, as a consumer, not being able to tell they're doing that. That is truly an art form, and I think it goes unnoticed a lot, and I think a lot of people don't talk about that. But I definitely find that with Firefly. There is some reuse here, but you don't notice it unless you really search hard for it. And even then, you might miss some of it. So kudos to that. I really like that a lot. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Of course he does. Ringside collectible stands, very versatile. I don't know if any G.I. Joes have not fit on these. Ringsidecollectibles.com. Use code Kyle. Save 10% on your ringside stands. Like I said, they work for He-Man, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Marvel Legends, wrestling. They work for a lot of stuff. Spend your money on your figures, not your stands. But I love this one. And then you can obviously port his backpack in. That's one old school thing. You guys know the old school Joes. You can port it in your backpacks. Very, very solid. Articulation-wise, it's got all the articulation you expect. It's got the elbows, the wrist, the shoulders, the knees, the waist, the head, the legs, all the fun stuff. I don't know if there's an ab crunch. Yeah, a little bit in there, but it's really hard to get to, and it's really not even usable because you can't get it with this big vest on. But you know what? I thought I was going to be down on this figure, but I actually love this figure. The vest isn't as bad. It does look bulky and through the packaging and through pictures, but it's not really that bad bulk in person. I thought it looked like he had a huge parka vest on in the production pictures and stuff like that. In person, it's a little sleeker, a little thinner, and it really actually works. This is a perfect modern update of the Firefly character if you know the original. I would still love the original, but I'm okay with this. I like this a lot. I hate that it's a Cobra Island exclusive to Target. I know it makes a lot of people have anxiety, myself included. Makes it tough to get. But I got you a chance, at least if you follow the rules on we talked about at the beginning on the channel. Well, you can have a chance to win this Firefly at least. Not this one, but one in the box, depending on how you want to do it. But just a great figure, a very solid figure. Will it get re-released like the Cobra Trooper in the future? I'm not sure. You only a snow globe or a, what, Magic 8 Ball. You get one of those out, you'd have to consult that. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I do find this guy to be not a total core Cobra villain, but he's in top 10 list, maybe, somewhere in there. He's a known character. We need to get him. He's right up there with Major Blood, who I think we're getting in the future as well. So there you have it. There's Firefly. I gotta say, I had lower expectations. I was more excited about this bad boy, the Viper, who we already reviewed on the channel. I still like the Viper a hair more, but this one is a solid piece and really a must-have. And in the grand scheme of things, if you're going aftermarket, if you unfortunately have to settle for aftermarket to get one of these, you'll have an easier time finding the Firefly because he is not a troop builder compared to the Cobra Viper. But there you go. There you have it. Very pleased with both of these figures. Not pleased with the distribution. Not pleased with the packaging. But the figures are top-notch, next level. Strongly supported on my end. So there you go. Firefly, Cobra, Viper. You guys, tell me in the comments, did you pick these up? Is there still Joe anxiety for you? You playing the long game? Are you hoping to win the giveaway? We're all hoping to win the giveaway. I might enter. Unfortunately, I can't because it's my own figure. But leave me a note in the comments, your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. And for Viper and Firefly, I'm Kyle. I'll see you next time when we return to Cobra Island.